Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Happy 4th to the lonely. Need support. Last year at this time I knew something was wrong with my marriage. My wife decided to spend the 4th camping with a friend and never invited me. A little more than a month later I kicked her out of our home after she decided to take another trip alone, this time spending the entire weekend with a guy. To say the 4th may be a painful holiday this year may be an understatement. I've already spent a good portion of the day thinking back to last year at this time. If I would have known 1 year ago the hell I was about to go through, I'd have done anything to change it. But with an unfaithful spouse, there's nothing you can do. Their mind is made up long before you knew. So today is another holiday spent alone. Waking up every morning for 11 months without her by my side is a painful reminder of the last time she was there. But it also serves as strength, seeing how far I've come in these past few months. She's probably on her 3rd partner since the AP and I'm still here. Alone, but healing. Instead of throwing myself into another relationship right away to try and heal the pain, I'm doing the hard work through therapy and really learning to take care of myself alone. It's not for everyone, but it's the road I knew I had to take. So if you're like me today, sitting home alone and feeling the pain, just know that you actually aren't alone. There's a lot of us there right now with you, feeling that same pain but knowing that better days are ahead. Stay strong everyone. Try thinking of this day as Independence Day for those in your situation. You already know that the failure of your marriage wasn't your fault. What did you actually lose? A cheating spouse. Look at her track record post-divorce, not good. You deserve better and will do better, but you know this. Wishing you the best on this Independence Day. Absolutely. Thank you for this very kind message. I feel like there may be a lot of people in my shoes today and they needed to hear this. If it brought just one person's spirits up, I'll be happy too. Yeah, about the 5th story I read today where the cheating started on the 4th. Could be worse, she coulda ruined Christmas for you. I know one thing for sure, if my girlfriend goes camping on the 4th without me, I'm gonna certainly do some detective work after reading all these stories. It's better to be alone for the rest of your life than trapped in a loveless marriage you can't get out of. There are men on these boards who dream of being in the position you're in, so don't look down about it. Go get yourself a copy of The Rational Male and read it twice. I don't know how old you are, but you've no idea how much potential you have before you of a great life. Happy 4th, my friend. Sounds like you definitely picked the wrong partner in that one. https://waitbeauty.com/2014/02/picklifepartner.html. I post this article very often. I think it is spot on for how we end up in these terribly wrong relationships. They only tell us what they want us to know and hide what we need to decide if they are who they want us to believe they are. We all need to get rid of these ideas about don't ask, don't tell, because the past is immutable, can't be changed, and it will remain in the past. I disagree strongly with keeping secrets. If you had known she had a hankering for strange, you wouldn't have touched her with a 10-foot pole. If we don't try to find out who they really are, we will suffer greatly when their past comes back to harm us. Old habits die very, very hard. Sorry for your loss and mine as well. This is a great article, thank you for sharing. Happy Independence Day. Be strong. You've got this. Thank you, happy 4th. I'm on 3 months now with my 2-year-old daughter, which is her mother's weekend, but I didn't want her on her birthday weekend. Which gives me more time with my adorable daughter. Good for you. In 10 years what your ex does today will mean nothing. But what you do today will mean everything. Thank you for posting this. I was feeling a little blue, and sometimes, it's just nice to know that you're not alone. Ironically, that's the reason I posted it, hoping I would hear from others like me that are feeling it today. I hope this helped you gain strength. Thanks for your post. This is the first holiday I've spent away from her as an estranged couple, so it's hard. Last year on the 4th, my 29th birthday, was my D-Day. I called a friend for a ride home from our vacation rental then and there, and aside from the logistics of separating a home and life and cancelling a wedding, haven't given him the time of day since. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. But I've come so far and my life is so much better than it was. Wishing and hoping the same for all of you here. Sending strength and love, growing heart, growing heart, growing heart. Hugs to you from Canada, Op. You aren't alone in how you feel. The loneliness is crushing sometimes. But I remember how lonely I felt in my marriage the last few years as his affair was going on under my nose, and I'd much rather feel lonely working on myself and knowing things will get better, than lonely in a one-sided marriage. Be strong, man. If you need any kind of help or want to talk, I am here. If you would ever like to date, I can tell you if she will be faithful or not. May God bless you. It's a very good time to invest in yourself and for self-realization. The first year of holidays is tough. Sending internet hugs, friend. The pain would have been a lot worse if you did the pick-me dance instead of kicking her out. Block her on everything if you haven't already and find ways to keep yourself busy, going to the gym, picking up a hobby and joining a club/class. At least you have the kid mate. That's everything. When you eventually get to that point of being healed and have your life and love on track, she is going to come crawling to test your dignity. She is mostly likely lying in her bed thinking if it was worth it all. She likely has the same connection to the date, just from a post-narcissist perspective. Get a good workout. Use that pain for growth. May I please ask a question? You said that you and the affair partner are sitting there alone. I assume you are referring to your wife's affair partner. If so, why are you with him? He is not your friend. Happy 4th. Oh sorry, I must have worded it wrong. No way, I'm not sitting anywhere with that guy, smiley face. I know who he is but I've never spoken to him since the affair and I don't care to either. Thanks for the hello. I am an older guy, similar story, divorce in 97. Ex, found a bunch of boyfriends at the bars, lol, you get past the reflection. I hope you're okay. I like my holidays alone. I seriously reflect on what and why each one is. We are all blessed, with some bumps in the road, some that did serious front-end damage. It gets repaired and is just a bad memory and lesson to watch the road ahead of us. Life's worth it. Happy 4th, my friend. An attempt to ease troubled minds. Advice. If my wife sat by my bedside while I was about to die of old age and then said she cheated on me 14 years ago, I would thank her for all the beautiful memories and then break up and ask her to leave me alone. It's not just about cheating, the lying might even be equally destroying. Both are valid reasons on their own to let go without questioning if it is the right or wrong decision. People may be different, but in my personal opinion, for a human to get 100% out of a relationship there needs to be trust. If trust is broken then that 100% is no more, even if it gets to 89%. And all of you deserve, want and can get 100%. I love you guys. Totally agree. In retrospect, the cheating can just be the tip of the iceberg, the most indisputably obvious clue that something is wrong, until you see the far greater portion beneath comprised of the lies, deceit, manipulation, betrayal required in order to cheat. A lot of times we look at the better stuff as even better than it really is to fool ourselves about the not so good stuff. Yeah, I'm at this junction. My WH revealed cheating that occurred with a woman over a long period of time while we were trying/pregnant. He tells how he didn't love her, it was just late night stupid sex. So why did you do it? And why did you wait 13 years to tell me? How will I ever trust you again? Especially since I had uncovered an EA, he says they only made out 3 years ago. Didn't reveal this other affair then. Plus there are numerous women he's kissed or messaged with late at night. Why do I even entertain a reconciliation? That is a good question. Here is an equally good question. What do you get out of reconciliation other than cheating, lying to your significant other? Well, I guess I would only be reconciling if my belief is that he's now not a liar and cheater. But yes, trusting is one of the two major problems. I'm sorry you are going through this. You have joined a club that none of us ever wanted to be a member of. This is not your fault. You have value and it is a shame that he didn't see it. The sun always comes out after a storm. The sun will rise and the flowers will still bloom. Life will get better. Sending good vibes your way, internet stranger. Wishing you the best. Get well soon. Thank you. I fully intend to see the sun and the flowers once this storm is over. I know it won't be for a while, but I'll find my way. I think we entertain reconciliation the same way a former heroin addict debates if he should start again. The brain wants the highest happiness it ever felt. That happiness our ex brought us. The brain doesn't know the downside of things, I assume. Just as in the former heroin addict. Just my view on things, doesn't mean it's true. To the stars. This is a really good analogy, and one I often equate as well. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and like heroin, is highly addictive and will kill you, emotionally and possibly physically, if you let it. Healing is a lot like rehab, in that you'll experience similar highs and lows, pain, withdrawal and a host of other symptoms, along with the anguish that comes with trauma. Are you planning to try reconciliation? From what I have gathered, it is extremely hard, 15% success rate, and takes years. Are you willing to go through that? Also, for it to work there must be true remorse, not just regret from the WS, and they must do most of the heavy lifting. Does this sound like something you want to go through? Wishing you the best of luck whatever you decide. I'm trying to sort out if reconciliation is possible. We are both in IC and doing MC. I am concerned that at his core doesn't really think the cheating or the minor physical abuse is as big as everyone is making it out to be. He is doing things around the house, buying me things, has been removed from the master bedroom, and I've limited my time with him and will not be going on any trips or vacations with him. Which he's disappointed about, but tolerating. He says he will do anything that he doesn't want to lose his family or me. I don't know if I believe that's true, or if there is any way for me to trust him at a level where I could be married to him. He can't stand the shame of what he's done, so he can't even face the guilt. He tries to minimize what he's done to make himself feel better, at my expense, of course. But it's not simple leaving him. We have children and just bought a house. You have some soul searching and some difficult decisions to make. Have you consulted a lawyer to see how a divorce will look for you, even if you do decide to reconcile? His attempts to minimize things at your expense is worrisome, and I think it's best to raise children amicably in two separate homes rather than in a tense, potentially violent one. Always keep in mind the 3 pillars of any successful relationship: love, trust and respect. For a relationship to thrive, all 3 must be present. Right now it seems that the trust and respect are lacking, but I'm an internet stranger. It's good that both of you are in IC. I wish you the best in whatever you decide. I did meet with a lawyer. It didn't give me a totally clear picture, except it was clear that it is expensive. I would want to do mediation if we go that way. Do the best for the children and split things fairly. I'm calling him out on everything, so when he minimized one thing the other day, I brought it up. I've told him I'll hold my boundaries and not tolerate minimization or manipulation. I also said I'm different now than who I was 20 years ago. My feet are planted on the ground and I won't tolerate any of this crap any longer. Thank you for your thoughts. I take Reddit strangers with a grain of salt, but I also appreciate strangers' thoughts as I need to sort through all this. Being tossed into this club has been bewildering. I never thought he was capable of these things. I'll never understand. Glad you are being proactive in this. You will make it to the other side, no matter if that means you reconcile or divorce. Yes, mediation is always the better, less expensive option, but only if both partners are on the same page. If you do decide to separate, I suggest you start using a co-parenting app. They work wonders. Best of luck with whatever you decide. In today's society, cheating is all around us. It has been taken out of the darkness and given its own platform by TV, radio, music, movies, social media apps, like Facebook, Tinder, and the list goes on. It has achieved movie star status. It has become the new fashion trend. Everyone wants to do it. It promises escapism and excitement. It tells you that there is no consequences for your actions. What it does not tell you is that it destroys countless lives every day. Seems like you actually wanted to tell your story of your cheating wife, but for whatever reason you changed your mind. I do not think I will be there when my wife dies. I hate what she did and continues to do, but otherwise I am indifferent to her. Some things that others perpetrate against us are simply too much to bear. And stonewalling is likely one of those things. Sorry about Henry, the bird that never existed. Like the love from the wives that never existed. Good luck to you. Haha, thank you good sir. I never had a wife though, only girlfriends. I just thought about this scenario before in my life. It was kind of an irrational fear that this could actually happen, worst case scenario. And being through troubles in past relationships, it felt empowering to know I would probably do this and it would be an okay thing to do. Good luck to you too. True. I always think back to the 3 pillars of a successful relationship: love, trust, and respect. All 3 must be present if a relationship is to thrive. I totally agree with it's not just about cheating, the lying might be equally destroying. In a previous relationship, what hurted me the most was knowing that she faked for months that everything was alright while cheating on me regularly. When I finally found the truth, I was more shocked and hurt with the fact that she slept beside me for months without confessing what was going on. A downgrade is technically a replacement. Should you be bothered? Nah. I think about this scenario too, albeit a bit differently. In my case, I'm reconciling after learning of my wife's betrayal many years ago. I'm confident there are no active affairs and I think she is genuinely remorseful. Still, recovery has been extraordinarily difficult because it's touched deep wounds in both of us. I struggle mightily to forgive her, but I'm determined to keep trying because I believe in redemptive suffering and I think it's the only path that leaves a troubled mind. It is the vision of her deathbed where I'm able to forgive her completely. I believe she's a good person, wonderfully made and broken like me and everyone else. I wouldn't want her to suffer. It's a severe mercy because I'd miss her terribly and regret the many times we faced an impasse. Forgiveness is a choice. Imminent threat of permanent separation has a way of forcing a decision. That is the biggest problem with reconciliation. You may forgive what they have done, but you will never forget how they made you feel. If you can both live with that, then it can work. No amount of time will change that simple fact. Yes, no doubt. Memory is delicate, it ought to be nurtured and cared for properly. Refreshing view. I wish the opposite of suffering for my ex as well. The love I have for her doesn't equal being in a relationship with me. You never know, maybe I will have your view someday, though I doubt it. Live well and good luck. Thank you for your kind words. If my wife, out of the blue, brought me a sandwich and beer and gave me a BJ, then I cut my heart out, threw it on the ground and stomped on it. Well, the sandwich, beer and BJ does not negate the heart cutting and stomping like at all. Some say it is better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. Well, neither of my wives needed my permission to do what they did, so they don't need my forgiveness either. My deathbed reaction to learning of decades-old infidelity would be GTFO, you cruel trash. You love me so little that you couldn't even let me die in peace. Haha, actually laughed at this. Beyond cruel. Damn, at least let me die in peace. So a friend saw them looking pretty terrible in town. Looks like they could totally handle it all without me. D. Update. Hey, I was the dude with the confusing poly relationship from a few weeks ago. The one with the cheating, false testimonies and eviction? Yeah, super fun at the time, but my life rocks a little more every day I move away from the BS of that relationship. A friend saw both of them, sickly skinny, broken out and greasy haired. 1 month alone and they couldn't pay the rent and apparently have been given food to keep the animals fed that could always live here, but I digress. I'm going to go ahead and assume they have not seen the war party, nor the dude since after court, and this kinda confirms it. Hard to crawl out of bed when facing the reality of your decisions, I guess. Funny shit is, the less I give a duck the more funny ass things pop up for us to find out. They have retreated from a lot of social media due to friends giving word to them trying to shitpost me and me laying out the situation here. They have ghosted or deleted the accounts here, but I am sure I still get crept on. Giving people the Reddit handle of someone for people to make fun of can really backfire when you start getting your shit head out. To those of you who have been underhanded in matters of the heart, stay in there. Take that love and drive you placed on the unworthy and redirect it to brighter tomorrows. Think of the pain as a growing experience, and there is much to be said for finding out what you don't want in a relationship. So as much as I love poking fun at people that try to extort me and destroy my life, I actually pity these two. They have in some weird control move over an ex severely displaced their education and the likelihood of staying here to do so. It's like they were my mogways, and my hard work and lack of expectations warped their growth from cute to terrible. I fed their egos after midnight and they gremlined out on me. Obligatory message to Team Dummy for the next time you creep. Take the eviction, save your money, sell everything but the heirlooms. If you stretch it, you can take another 90 days before the sheriff's office kicks you out. Storage is not a bill you want while trying to find a new home. I will absolutely sue you if you think about approaching me over that house or rent. That time is over. Pay utilities, food, and car until the end and save. Also, you probably can't afford smoke, so you may want to cut that out for a while now that you are paying for it too. Consider moving out of town until you have saved up the cash to pay another first deposit and security. I would go for the single parent home with a stable person if I were you. Trying to get ahead around the normal tribe may have them anchoring you and bleeding you out before you can start up your life again. Maybe try without shortcuts this time. See if the two of you can have the discipline to consistently support each other without adding a third person to use as a scapegoat and rent slave. Couples counseling would go very far, provided either of you tells the truth at all. Listen to other people and take a ducking interest. You are not the center of attention in every room or conversation. Have something more to talk about than aesthetics and carnal pursuits, or you will end up having a hollow life. This is the root cause of why the two of you have no standing long-term relationships outside of blood. My friends never really liked you and thought you were very self-absorbed and fake. You are not a martyr for experiencing pain. Stop trying to play victim of the world. You are adults. That attitude will draw in more douchebags that also want a fan club. You know, like the guy that no longer talks to you when you are actually threatened and in need. I was sharp-tongued and short-tempered, but I could absolutely provide, and you never appreciated that. It's hard to be nice and do it alone. 5. Take some time off school to handle your mental and physical health. I have cared for you both for so long it scares me to not be there for you even when you have absolutely debased, slandered, and harmed me. You may still be in denial about all of what you have done, and we will get this out of the way now. Tuck your apologies today, tomorrow, and the next day. My life has too much momentum to ever look back on time wasted, and you have squandered a lot of mine. That was solidified the day the sheriff showed up. You had a huge asset in me. I showed you what hard work can do as one caring for three. All you have to do is go 2 for 2, put up or shut up. P.S. Remember, this is what you wanted. It has likely just ruined your credit too. You already ducked yourself on work history for renting to by seeing someone and not trying to get separate jobs. It may not hurt to tuck your tails, go home and wait until people around town stop talking about how incredibly trashy and manipulative the youth of today are. Also, seriously get checked out, there are STDs you can't get rid of and it sounds like dude may have had to catch 'em all. Haha, another Pokemon joke because why not, right? Who lists Pokemon Go as a sport? Come on homie. A word to the wise. If your enemies are defeating themselves, don't get in their way. I totally agree. I have too much shit to do with my own life. This is a lesson they created and have to learn from, and I am free from caretaking them any longer. I really do hope they get help on their own. There were such different people before COVID. The last I checked, COVID does not cause people to become low value. I think they just could not keep up the facade to keep you around as a meal ticket any longer. True story, the stress of COVID made them crack and all that fake started flowing out. Thanks for the honest perspective. I fed their egos after midnight and they gremlined out on me. That made me chuckle. Good luck man, keep getting better. How long until they start pointing fingers at each other on whose idea it was to replace you? I do what I can, and thanks for the support. Well, with the level of codependency between them it could possibly be the fifth of never lol. Who knows, maybe they will separate from their therapists years from now. Or a blue fairy comes down, turns them into real people and a cricket lectures them on morality? Some magical bullshit like that. I think I'm already down a rabbit hole and a tea party away from a better life, and it's a very different story. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.